Hey, I'm Annie from The Still Effect. My friends often remind me that I'm that person who says, you say you're going to do something and you just go and do it. This would include living in Spain for a year after a really nasty divorce, starting a franchise after leaving school teaching, and learning to swim at 50. This is how I roll. Some see it as unsettling. I just see it as living life to the full and making the most of what we have. And that's why I'm applying for this particular award, the Persistence Award. I've had a family member say to me, you're so lucky to get all this work. Lucky? It's not luck, it's tenacity, authenticity, and living every day by my values. That's what I'm all about, a lifelong learner with lots of curiosity and a sense of fun. Oh, and like in my 50th year, I said yes to almost everything. When I teach teenagers and adults about resilience, I say learn how to bounce forward, not bounce back. What's the point of bouncing back without any new knowledge? If we bounce forward, then maybe we won't fall so deep next time. I'd like to tell you a story of the last 12 months. Like most of us, we've had to pivot and pivot fast. My pivot was around having all $40,000 worth of national speaking engagements cancelled overnight, and in the same week, following my dad to hospital in an ambulance and then having to find him a permanent care home. Within 2 weeks, I'd taken all my business online with self-paced courses for 500 ICU nurses, for example, speaking on Zoom to large corporates, and I also recorded my book into audio format. Last year, I also had the opportunity to work with staff and children at a kindy about 3 hours from town. This one phone call asking me for help with anxiety for their staff and students has turned into me creating what I hope will be my lasting legacy. A laughter wellness program for kindies and staff who will then take their little laughter ambassadors into aged care communities across the state, nationally, to the UK and the US. The skill of laughing every day is what actually got me through the past 6 months of not just visiting Dad in his new home, but also with a team of lawyers trying to keep him from being deported back to the UK as he'd failed his residency to stay due to his dementia diagnosis. And back to my legacy. The card game's made, the children's book written, the evidence is back to say it works, and I have daily conversations with influencers about grants, setting up a social enterprise, and my new Pay It Forward campaign for corporates. All this without burning out, as I have to practice what I preach, check in with myself daily, and use all the techniques that I just love to teach others. Thanks for the opportunity, and I'm going to finish with a giggle. So it'll get you smiling, and it might make you remember me.